and there was found no place for them. Listen. Then I saw the great white throne and him who sat on it, from whose face the earth and heaven fled away, and there was found no place for them. In other words, at his very countenance, heaven and earth flee, are gone, and there's no place for us to hide. There will be no place for you to run and hide if you find yourself in front of the great white throne judgment. There is no more hiding places. In the Garden of Eden, when they sinned against God, what did they try to do? They try to hide. But I'm going to tell you, on the day of this day, there is no hiding place. There is no, where's my mommy? Where's my daddy? Where's the preacher? I'm going to tell you right now, I ain't going to be there. Don't look for me to get your back. Your back is all by yourself. He was saying there's no room to hide. There's no place to hide. There's no place to go. It's just going to be you and you alone standing before God, standing before Jesus. And then as you're standing there, these books are going to come out. And these books are going to open up. And the first book, because you got to have evidence. Remember we talked about a court? You got to have evidence. And the evidence that's going to be used against us are in these books. Jesus said in Matthew chapter 12, verse 36, "But I say to you that every idle word that men shall speak, they shall give an account thereof in the day of judgment." Luke chapter 12 says, "For there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, neither hid that shall not be known. Therefore, whatsoever you have spoken in darkness shall be heard in light, and that which you have spoken in the ear in closets shall be proclaimed upon the rooftops." Ecclesiastes says, "For God shall bring every work into judgment, every secret thing, whether it's good or evil, it's going to be exposed." You stand in front of the great white throne judgment, you are going to be naked before God. And everything that you thought you hid, everything you thought you did in secret, everything you thought you got away with is going to be revealed for everybody to see. Not if you're a believer. This is for the unbeliever. This is for the people who rejected Jesus Christ. These are the ones you think nobody knows what you're doing. Maybe nobody around you knows what you're doing, but God knows what you're doing. And He's got it written down in a book. The books are the evidence. The books are the evidence that are, there's the book of works that will be laid out before us. There'll be another book. There's a second book. And that book, I believe, will be the Bible. John chapter 12, verse 48 says this, "The word that I have spoken, the same shall judge him in the last day." The lost will see from a biblical perspective of how sinful they are and how perfect the plan of God was for them and how they rejected it. And then they will know that justice will be served by their going to hell. He's going to judge them with the Word, with the Bible. Lay it open. Judge them with the Word. Then they will understand how they've rejected God. There'll be a third book, I believe. Revelation chapter 20, verse 15. "And whosoever was not found written in the book of life will be cast into the lake of fire." 3 books. Book of works, the Bible, and the book of life. If your name is not recorded in the book of life, you are doomed. Do you hear me in here today? If your name is not in the book of life, you are doomed. So we have the judge, we have the throne, we have the evidence. What about your defense? What's your defense? Let me help you out. There is no defense. That's your defense. You have no defense. If you're standing in front of the great white throne judgment, there is no defense lawyer there to defend you. You have no viable argument for God. You are guilty. There's no defense. That's your defense. None. No defense.